Hello, ESA. This is Stream 2. This is the ESA Summer 2025. This is Spyro 2. I'm Bradley Gaming. This is Dylan J. Fox. Yeah, let's get right into it. This game, we will be collecting everything in the game. That's 10,000 gems, 14 talismans, 64 orbs. There are a lot of tricks and stuff at the start of the run. The first 15 minutes or so of this is difficult, but very, very interesting. So yeah, I think we can just get straight into it.
Yep. So as Bradley mentioned, we're going to be collecting everything. However, that does not include the skill points, as I want to point out explicitly, because there's a true max % category on the spreadsheet.
Is there actually?
I believe Lucia ran at one point.
Okay.
Anyway, Spyro 2 Ripped Rage. It is the second game in the series. Bradley, you are incredibly proficient at it, and I think you are going to kill it.
Thank you. So this is the second cutscene. Once I skip this, we'll be into the game. So timing will be in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
All right, and we're off to the races. So our first world that we're in is Glimmer, and as such, in the European version of this game, it's called Gateway to Glimmer. Weirdly, this is the one and only time we'll be visiting it, though. So Glimmer is one of the weird levels in this run, I would say. Would you describe it as such comparatively to the rest and how we execute?
Yes, I would describe it that way.
All right, so a lot of what changes from Glimmer onwards is, for right now, we're going to be completing this level on our first pass through as we are inside of it, right? Very nice, Sproder. Very nice. Very good there. That enemy Sproder can be a bit challenging. The reason it's very different is because we do not have what we will have a bit later on, which is Extended Sparks range, as well as Fireball, which Bradley will be collecting in a bit. However, ooh, unfortunate on that flame charge jump. Very nice recovery, though. It's okay. We're going to recover this outside lamp.
We're going to recover it in a second. It's fine.
Yep, it'll buff out. Don't worry.
It'll buff out. There we go.
Get down to shirt and sell it, ESA. It'll make you money. All right.
I love outdoor lamps.
That is our first orb, our first primary MacGuffin that we're going to be collecting throughout the game. Of course, the gems are also important. We utilize them to pay money bags, which we definitely do in this run, right, Brad?
We do, actually.
Oh.
Very different one cycle coming up. I'm going to focus. We'll go for it again.
It's okay. The platforming in this section is fairly precise. It is a very common reset point, even for the best of runners. Very nice. Now here we're going to be looking to make a one cycle, collecting all of these gems, and also making sure we don't get hit by these enemies with the hammers in the meantime. Bradley collecting these gems like an expert, as he is. Very nice. That's the most scary one in my opinion. Very, very nice one cycle Bradley Gaming.
How many runs have you lost at that one cycle, Dylan?
Well, you want to... Can I pull up my splits file?
I think I've lost about 400.
I'd say I'm at least around there, if not a lot more. Tell you the honest to God truth, it is one of the biggest inhibitors in this category is this level itself. It is just one of the most challenging ILs, in my opinion, and it's right at the start of the game. There are harder ones later on, which we will be doing, of course, and we'll be going through the tech required for them as such. But Glimmer is an insane start point, and then it leads into even more insanity that is very resettable. Ooh, unfortunately on the bonk. We're fine, though.
The reason the Glimmer indoor cycle is hard is that once you light a lamp, you have 30 seconds before it goes off, and you need to light all 6 without any of them going off. So if you kind of just go around, you're meant to have a Superfly power-up, but we don't, because it's unnecessary. But if you just kind of go around just doing the lamps, it's fairly easy. If you're trying to get the lizard in the middle there, and also all of the gems, you have about a second and a half of leeway.
Yep. Especially with the strats that you do, you get all of the gems in one go. I personally do a little bit of an easier strat where you get about 4 seconds of leeway. But even still, I'm a lot worse at this game than the GOAT here.
Yeah, pretty good.
But honestly, really good Glimmer to start us off here. That was a great level. So now we're going to be entering into the boss rush portion of the run. So for context, if you've never seen any present for Spyro 2, you pretty much just run through and fight the bosses. However, on the way, we are going to collect a few gems here in Summer Forest, a few gems in Autumn Plains, and a couple of things in Winter Tundra along the way that you wouldn't do in 8%. However, the core premise and all of the skips required remain the same. It is incredibly challenging to do in the 80% category itself, but arguably it's even more frustrating in 100% because it will just stopgap you from getting out of runs. Very often you'll see runners reset within the first 15 minutes of 100% just because of this entire section. And once you're out of it, I would describe it as the most enjoyable speedrun I've ever played.
It's so fun.
It's awesome, honestly. If you've never seen it, you're in for a treat.
Also, surely everyone was up at 4 a.m. watching your 80% run on stream one the other day.
Yeah, I actually I have a bone to pick with a lot of people here.
Yeah.
You know, I had zero notice, zero time to tell anybody, but I can't believe none of you were telepathic and came down the stairs from your hotel rooms to watch me play Spyro 2 80%. It kind of hurts. Well, that's true. Maven Lazi did. Shout out to Maven Lazi.
I was awake, I just didn't care.
What? I can't believe that. That was unbelievably BM. However, Bradley, good recovery on that crush skip.
Really funny. That I was actually concerned about that. So you can position yourself in between the wall, and the top of the wall there has no collision when it's down, and we can just double jump out of bounds. Visually, that crush portal goes down about 1,000 miles further down, but it does stop at some point. There is a death plane. I was slightly worried I would hit that, but we're good.
Yep, very nice. So here we're going to be utilizing a technique called Fast Crush, if I'm not mistaken.
No, we're doing the safe.
You're doing the safe strat. I respect it.
Yeah.
In which case, we're going to be doing some damage abusing. You're kind of going to get an idea of what's on the screen. Bradley, do you think now would be a good time for some donations?
Now would be a fantastic time.
Awesome, if we can get those loaded up here.
Derek Lander donated $5. Hello, Brad. Hope your ESA trip has been amazing. I am having a fun time at work, so I figured I would donate some of my money. Also, huge warning, I talked to the Spyro gods, and they mentioned that this run will have 14 red fish.
Wow.
Only 14? That's actually pretty generous for Brad's run, so I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, honestly, true.
Yeah. Fish is something we will absolutely get to later, but it's definitely going to be a fun time that we're all going to want to definitely count the number of red fish when that comes up, right, everybody? We love counting, right?
I think I'd actually be mad if I got 0 here.
I'd be kind of upset, yeah. It plays off the bit.
Yeah.
What if you're on pace, though?
True.
Yeah.
So going into Autumn Plains, the second homeworld of the game, we're going to do a series of platforming here. We're going to get on a portal, on a wall, then onto the castle structure. And from there, we're going to skip into the second boss. All of this is quite hard. Hopefully it'll go well.
Yeah, I reckon it will. You're a seasoned vet this game. A lot of this game, when you're first starting, can be really, really challenging. Fortunately, Bradley here has been at it for about 2 years now. You've been constantly grinding Hundo. Very, very nice first section there of Climbless. We're continuing our way on top of this whole little section. Normally, you would have to buy the Climb Power for money bags for 500 gems. However, Bradley is that guy, and he don't need that.
I hate that bear.
Yeah. That little last jump you hate?
No, I said I hate the bear.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Any Moneybags fans? What is
why are
wrong
you
with
fans?
you? Why do you like him?
They weren't listening.
Okay.
We have to keep them on their toes. We're going to mess with them.
Any Moneybags haters?
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you.
All right, so here, Bradley is going to take this, I assume, as aggressively as I've ever seen him. Okay,
sure.
never mind. I'm putting him on the spot. Very nice flame charge. You have that in the bag all the way.
I've missed the basket like 3 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yep. I mean, listen, but that wasn't now, though.
No, true. All right.
Anyway.
Boss skip.
Gulp skip. So this guy here, we're going to be skipping into the next boss. It involves you falling in between this seam here. Once you see Spyro in this perch animation, you're tapping left, holding L2 on the bumper of the controller itself. Just tapping left very, very softly, very quickly. Hopefully to have Spyro fall in between and not outside. Come on. Don't pop off at the first one, by the way. We have to see all of it. Come on. Nice. Nice for part 1.
Let's
Very
go!
nice part 2. Gulp skip first try. Taking it nice and slow, but listen, a first try is a first try, and we're on to Gulp. My beautiful green wife. I love her more every day, and fortunately, it's your time to spend with her, and I'm just sitting here in a chair watching it.
Also notice I played the entry there very, very safe. That portal does not go down as low as you think it does. I love getting Gulp Skip and then just charging down and dying. Really cool. Oh, D-Sport.
Oh,
nice.
yes. So I guess we should talk about the Gulp fight a little bit. And if you guys are not familiar with Gulp, which if you've never played Spyro 2, you wouldn't be, this boss fight is almost entirely RNG dependent. There are certain things that I think have recently been discovered that...
which I didn't do. That's why I got the D-Sport.
I was actually curious about that. I was sure that you were going to do that.
There's going to be a DM waiting from Drash being like, yeah, you got the D-Sport because you didn't do the thing.
And the second,
land on him?
100%.
Oh, this is a great fight. I love this boss fight.
So things can happen in this boss fight where you can get the pterodactyls to despawn. They're the ones dropping the eggs on the battlefield, which they drop 3 key items. There's a barrel, which you saw first, bombs, which we skipped, and rockets, which we are utilizing now to get doubles. Ideally, you want to get as many doubles as possible. You can get doubles with any combination of items. However, you cannot get them with solely bombs. So as long as we see a bomb and a barrel on the battlefield as such, or a bomb and a rocket as such, we can potentially get a double and even... I thought maybe
play that one safe with the rocket.
I respect it. You got to play it safe, especially when you're already getting a little screwed there on the RNG from the pterodactyls, unfortunately.
Yeah, if I said that Glimmer cost 400 runs, this cost about 800.
Yeah, that's about fair.
Like that. There you go.
Ooh. So, as mentioned, these will never equate to a double, unfortunately. Having a combination of 3 bombs, you have to wait a cycle and or to shoot the bomb at them. In this case, Bradley elects to shoot the bomb, and we are on 3 hits remaining for Gulp.
You can, like, there is no limit to how much you can get walled by bombs. I could leave that and wait for a barrel. I could just get infinite bombs.
Yeah, like such.
I could just get infinite bombs.
3 more bombs! 3 more bombs! 3 more bombs!
3 more bombs!
I may or may not have taken a lozenge before this run, but I can feel my voice beginning to go, and that's fine. We'll buff through it. Okay. Okay, we got one that kind of works. All right, this will work.
Oh, I didn't like that.
Bradley waits till Gulp charges in, gets him to run into the bomb, and we get the double secured.
Skill point, too.
Now, that's nice. Hey, listen, you need the life for later.
True. Not the only skill point in that fight, as I discovered in Bingo.
Yeah, I only recently found out that, too. He's referring to if you shoot a rocket at Ripto, you actually will also get a skill point. For some reason, the devs were like, yeah, let's reward them for that.
Sorry, Bingo Crow, I kind of cheated on that one.
Be what it do. All
right. Another trick here that I will maybe hit, maybe not.
Very nice, Penguin. Very nice. Perfect guide almost, too, actually. That was really optimal.
Really nice.
So we hit Penguin Proxy. That gets us up onto that little pedestal, collects a couple gems, gets us an orb. And now we're going to be doing some weird things. If you saw the Spyro 300 egg race, you saw us go under the levels to get into portals. Same principle applies here. We're doing that to get into Dragon Shores, the actual post-game level of this game. We're going into the post-game before we've even remotely beaten the game. It's pretty interesting. And we're doing it for one key reason. We have a wall to climb, and we're over the wall. And is he going to go for the cool Sproder? Ooh, unfortunate.
Yeah,
it is what it
on
is.
the second one.
Yeah.
All right, don't press square. Now press square.
Cool.
We're good.
And hover. Nice. Very, very clean. Good Dragon Shores, brother. Good job.
So if you press square in that water, when you've got the swim power up, or the ability, and you also have Sparks, the dragonfly with us, the game will crash every single time. The game doesn't have an animation for Sparks to be in a bubble, in a swimming state. And so it's like, hey, no. Okay, this is the stairs of all time, but it's fine.
All right, so now we're going to be going for a different trick. Here, it's called a swim in air, utilizing that same bit of scenery to go over. Unfortunate.
Went late.
It's all good. So that little plane there is very bonkable. Ideally, you catch it in such a way where it gives you a swim, where again you will then swim in air. And unfortunately, we're going to see it this time, though.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bradley.
It's very deceptive because you actually have to kind of swim against, like it's invisible what you're swimming against. Like if you are kind of trying to hit the actual side of the river, you just won't get it. You'll bonk.
Yeah, you won't be like,
we saw
under.
But yeah, we're into the final boss. We've been going for 13.5 minutes. We're into the final boss. Really cool.
Spyro.
Pretty decent boss rush so far. This is very, very nice. So we're going to go ahead and hit Ripto a bunch. Fireball makes this boss fight easy as pie. If you do it without Fireball, God help you. It's not exactly the most enjoyable time. However, the first two phases are the only ones that change. However, the third one remains the same as you would imagine, where we're having Fireball and Super Flight.
That didn't hit, really?
I have no idea how that didn't hit. Bradley was going
I actually, like, under my breath reacted, being like, nice, it hit. And then I looked at the health bar and it didn't hit.
I swear I fell out.
That, yeah. I don't know what happened.
It is what it is. We move on. Regardless, we are going to be finishing out this boss fight.
Yeah, there's an early shot there just to kind of accelerate the cycles, but it's fine. I was going to say this is fine for a missed first shot, but actually it's not.
It's all good. It's going to buff out. All right. Woo! And that's 90% done. We've actually already beaten the game, but now we need to complete the game.
Yeah. All right, yeah, thanks for watching. That's the...
Also, I've just noticed your estimate, and I really don't like that it's, I think, 6 seconds faster than my PB.
Yeah,
anyway.
Sorry, Dylan.
No, it's okay. I've only just noticed it. But, yep, so that's the game. We're done. Just kidding. We've now really just begun, Hundo.
Yeah.
Bradley, would you say that this part of the game is now your favorite part?
Yeah, everything after that, after the first 15 minutes, as I said, almost exactly 15 minutes, is incredibly fun. And this is the reason. Like, you can just go around and just fireball things, and that's really fun.
See, I think that's wonderful. For me, the selling point is the fact that Sparks, you know, instead of like Spyro 1, where he grabs gems, like, you know, if you're like a centimeter away, he actually grabs them from like a couple yards away, which is nice.
Yeah. So
big fan of it.
Beating Ripto gives you all of the abilities. So Swim, which we bought, Climb, and Head Bash. It also gives you a secret ability, which the game never tells you about, which the Sparks is slightly amped up. So throughout this run, you'll see me maybe seem like I skip gems, but I promise you he's grabbing them, except for if I do actually miss one.
You'll never miss a gem, right, Brad?
Surely.
So another key thing that I want to just notate, in this level we're looking to get a number of souls. Bradley has unfortunately, I believe, missed 2 enemies so far.
Nah, we're good now.
Very nice recovery. So
yeah, enemies in this game differ to Spyro 1 and Spyro 3. They don't drop gems, they drop souls or spirit particles. And those spirit particles can be contributed towards a power-up.
My fields.
In this level, it's a supercharge. Did that not die?
I have no idea how I didn't, but he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, so you need 15 for the supercharge power-up in this, and we do need the supercharge power-up. So yeah, just making sure we kill enemies. 13 is a good number here, because there are 2 more that I can kill in plenty of time. We'll go for a little overlap here, a little sequence break. There's a yellow jar here. We're going to try and snipe. Hit the pumpkin. Also talk to this guy. Yep. Skip the cutscene quicker.
Very nice.
So that was actually really bad.
I mean, he still got down at least. It's getting a little bit closer to where you want to be. Unfortunately, we wanted a different angle there while we were skipping the cutscene, but it's still buffed down nicely. We still got everything that we needed out of it.
Yeah, I want to get that red gem just on the ledge, but I had a bad angle, so I ended up losing time there, but it's fine. It looked cool.
All right, so we're also chasing around this mystery vase. This mystery vase was introduced in Spyro 2. Basically, it has that little question mark. That's what I'm referring to as a mystery. But the question you're looking to solve, very nice recovery on that Sproder, Bradley Gaming, is where that mystery vase goes. We basically route levels with those in mind, typically, where we're trying to optimize our gem collection for where those end up going. And pretty much we're going to be ending, more or less close to ending the level near where we want to be for it. So we get all those gems, hit this, get all the gems from it, and hopefully hit this fireball. Very nice, Bradley Gaming. Bradley Gaming came to game.
Yeah, so this is a good demonstration, actually, and Glimmer too, but Robotica as well. a lot of the routing in this game, once we get into the actual main levels, depends on a couple of objectives. So in that one, the two kind of things that we're focused on are the enemy count. You have to go through the whole level to get enough enemies, but also the mystery jar. So the locations of those are fixed. We just need to follow it. So in that case, it's kind of like get towards the end of the level pretty quickly, making sure we're killing the enemies, work backwards, and we get a little walk back to the end of the level to finish it off. And that's kind of that's a truism of most of these levels, I would say.
Yep.
Except this one coming up, because it's very linear.
Yeah, comparatively. It's actually weirdly one of the more linear levels for sure in Hundo. There are very few parts of it where you kind of go out of your way for the gems instead of like kind of going through and like interweaving parts of the level with itself.
So my movement here dictates a cycle at the end. Weirdly, the faster I am, the harder the cycle is to make. So that was kind of good. I might be in a bit of trouble. But the cycle's not active here.
It'll buff out, don't worry.
And the cycle is now active here. So yeah, there's sections of this level where my movement matters, and sections of it where it doesn't. I don't really understand why the start cycle sort of gets easier if you're slower, but it does. So that's fine. We're going to kill this ox with a fireball. It might be a good time for one donation.
Brad's wife's girlfriend donated $10. Hi Brad. GL to you. Rooting for you.
Thank you. Alright. This out of bounds skip can crash the game if I go too far left, so I'm going to try not to go too far left and hope it doesn't crash. Nice. Cycle is
very nice.
Manageable, and that UFO is low, I think. This is good. I'm happy with this. So there are 3 UFOs here. These are all on cycles, but they do, I'd say, depend on earlier movement. We'll get that and that. Okay, nice.
Very good. Very, very nice.
There's another UFO setting here. These guys are fixed cycles from spawn. We'll try and get all of them pretty cleanly. Need the balloon as well. That one, he's low. Let's go for the swag strat.
Big fan.
Nah, unlucky.
It's alright, it buffs out, we turn around, and we grab him over here.
Yeah, that UFO can go high or low. If he goes high, he's really convenient. If he's low, you've got to be really fast to kill him in the tunnel. And I wasn't quite, but that's okay.
Alright, so here we just have to collect the remainder of the gems. We already have all of the orbs that we need from the level. And pretty much we just have to hit a couple of different bases. In that case, a head bash base, which actually you can just use a fireball on, as well as this little firework base. Go ahead and collect all of these gems, and then we're going to run downstairs and kind of go through a section that we skipped with that out of bounds we did earlier near the ox. So collect these gems, and all good. Metropolis complete.
That's actually a really fun level.
It is. It's a very fun IL. That's one of my favorite. I was actually talking to Bradley in the practice room before this. There's a number of levels in this game that are genuinely just so much fun just to spend time practicing, which is why I think Bradley has, I would say, fallen in love pretty heavily with this category and with this game. In the time that you've run it, you have quite literally...
Ooh, stairs are genuinely hard, apparently. Oh, my word. All right. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Process. You want me to do it?
It's fine. There we go. Well done. Yeah, I only climb those stairs like 400 times a day. So we're going to go to another level. This is a different type of level. So we're going to go to a speedway. So there's no talisman here. There's one orb. There's no sort of Spyro walking movement. We start in a superfly. And there are 4 groups of 8 things that we need to kill or destroy or fly through. So in this case, we've got some rams, we've got some tractors, we've got some rings, and we've got some vultures. We want to try and do this in the fastest time possible.
I heard you were an ex-tractor fan.
Anyway. There are some PlayStation Nation gamers who will get that. Apologies to people who don't. But yeah, there's a kind of set route for this. There is a faster route, which I really do not like. But this should hopefully be sort of a 34 or 35 if I can kill all of these.
Very.
Nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
I was sure you hit that first one.
There we go.
right.
Yeah, 37.
We're all good.
There you go. So that gives us 400 gems. You get 80 per group of 4. I think you do have to get all of them, all 8 of them, to actually get the 80 gems. And you also get 80 for completing everything. Now, really hard auto-scroller. We're in a plane being controlled by Hunter, the big orange cheetah. He's got this new plane, and we're just controlling this gun and shooting the balloons.
That being said, I think there's not really a whole lot going on. This might be a very solid time for a couple donations.
You may want to turn it up for the TTS.
Yeah, ideally, actually. If we could beforehand. Some people really love the sound of this, by the way, and I don't understand it.
I like it. It's soothing.
It kind of just gets on my nerves. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh.
It's not like it actually makes me angry.
To be honest, it's just nice to actually get here and hear it, rather than just being like Glimmer.
True. I mean, listen, Stockholm syndroming your way out of Glimmer into thinking this is fun. I get it, you know.
Me waking up from a nightmare, which is the Glimmer music.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Seems like we were having a couple of technical issues, but we still do have a bit of time if we want to play one. If you would like to play a donation, if you have time still.
Mad Girl with Allbox donated $46. This game is not mid.
Woo! I wonder what that means, though. Is like.
I won't say it. There are some Spyro 1
good?
runners in the back. I might not make it out of the room alive.
Oh no! I mean, listen, it's fine. It's just
fine.
Laura.
All right, Dylan, do you want to play a game?
Sure. I love games.
All right. So the next level we're going into is Mystic Marsh, and there is
yeah.
another orb challenge here. We'll get to that.
Yeah, that's so Mystic Marsh. I think what was Mentro call this level?
Misty Marsh.
Misty Marsh. Okay.
Yeah.
He's told me about this level. There's like collectibles in it, right, or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of runners call it Hell.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I think a lot of people don't like this. I like this level. I did get that. Interesting. Yeah, so we're going to go and talk to the professor. He is a scientist. He brought Spyro to this world, in fact. He has lost his pencil. So he's going to give us an egg to trade. I don't know where he got the egg from. I don't know.
Well, I just pulled it out from somewhere. I don't want to say.
Yeah. So we are going to go and trade the egg. I don't know. What should we trade the egg for, Dylan? Like, you tell me.
I don't know. Maybe like a packet of Go-Gurt.
A what?
Like, you ever have a Go-Gurt before?
I don't know what that is.
Like, where are we going with it? Like,
I'm English, remember?
Oh yeah. So a Greg sausage roll.
Yeah.
Can I get a Greg's?
It's raining!
Oh, in it. Oh, bruv. All right, so Bradley making quick work of all these gems. We're going to be doing multiple games at a time. There are these two little kangaroo lemur things. I don't know what they are, really, that have the guy over there. He looks like Mario, kind of. His spark plugs. And we're going to be taking this item, assumedly to trade it for either a packet of Go-Gurt or a Greg sausage roll. We'll see what we get here. Okay. What is it? What are we getting? What is that?
Seed.
What is that? Like,
Because obviously, why would you not expect the bird to drop the seed?
I mean, I guess like they eat those. So like, the seed, right? So like all right. What are we gonna get out of this?
I don't know. We got a seed, so we're going to plant it in that flower pot down there, I guess.
Okay. So like, I'm thinking the flower pot, based off of this logic, is clearly gonna give us a Red Bull, right? Can I get a Red Bull?
No.
That's almost a Red Bull. That's close. Okay.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Like, I think you could. I don't know the industrial process, but maybe it could be. You know.
You want to check the ingredients list? Is that duck in Red Bull?
Check. Energy. I can't read this. This is in Swedish.
All right, we're going to return the duck. The duck's going to give us what?
Probably a Nutter Butter. I'd get. That's not a Nutter Butter. Why? What's going on, brother?
I'm English. I don't know what a Nutter Butter is.
It's going to get us a Nando's.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Yeah, we get the little turnip.
Oh, I get it. I'm getting where your train's at. Okay, I get it. You're British, so I have to expect. I know what to expect next.
Nice.
All right, very nice on that. Great job collecting those gems. It's actually genuinely a tricky part. If you miss that fireball, or if you hit it, think you missed it, and then double back, it can be very, very harrowing to recollect those gems. So good job not missing that.
The reason we pause there is that there is a long cutscene which plays when the spark plug collects. Genuinely takes forever. I haven't timed it. It feels like it takes forever. So we just pause midway through and it skips it. Yeah, so we'll put this into the cauldron.
Okay, so this will give us the James...
Eventually.
This will give us like a James Bond car. You said British like a bunch. It has to
Yeah,
be.
okay.
Right? It's like... What's that? What is that?
It's a coin.
But why? Why did the pot have a coin?
I didn't run the pot.
I'd hope not. All right, so British. This is going to be the TARDIS from Doctor Who. That's not. That's
no, but it is useful.
Why did you keep saying you're British? That's the thing he wanted, right?
That's the thing he wanted. This is the pencil. Fine.
So wait, why did he want this? Like, can't you just buy one? Like, go down to Greg's.
I think you should just use an iPad personally, but you know.
Fair enough. That's Mystic Marsh, fellas. Unironically, a very challenging IL to do. Very, very good Mystic Marsh, actually, might I add.
There's a lot of risk there. There's a couple of overlaps we do. If you die at any point, you just have to reset. Definitely the pencil challenge. I think the spark plug thieves. I could be wrong. But you lose like a minute and a half, guaranteed. Which is really fun.
I mean, losing a minute and a half is kind of cool. Sometimes.
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So we were talking to the professor. This is our final level for the Winter Tundra homeworld. You know, this is the one. This is make it or break it. This is your moment, Bradley. Is this gonna be the moment? Is this gonna be the Cloud Temples of all time?
I hope so.
Okay.
So it's another linear level we should add. So there, we're just gonna go from start to finish. There a lot of the stuff that we need to do here. All of the orbs are right at the end. So there's just a bit of collection of gems to do here. Hopefully. One thing we haven't actually explained is flame charging or fireball charging now. So you'll see when I'm charging through these vases, the gem will home in to Spyro. The same kind of effect happens where if I fireball a basket or a vase or a bottle from close range and immediately go to charge, the game will think that I've charged through it, and so it will collect. So if I actually hit them with the fireball, it means that I can collect the gem from further away. And there's lots of small things like that one, where it just saves me like, I don't know, a quarter of a second, and it all adds up.
Yep. There's a lot of time saving in this game that's incredibly incremental. Obviously, hit the trick, do the thing, you save some time. That's just a general rule for speedrunning as a whole. But Spyro 2 is such a deep and honestly like impossibly like hard to master movement pool, especially in the hundo category where you're utilizing these flame charges with the fireball. Excuse me. And in general, it's so much fun. It's almost intoxicating to get good at, and especially it's good to watch a high-level runner get into it.
Yeah, there's lots of small things you can do pretty much everywhere, like lots of little reroutes and improvements of routes and things like that, or not do if you feel like you are comfortable at a lower level. I'm going to do a little sequence break here, hopefully.
Yep, so here we're going to go ahead and collect some gems. We're going to run over here, talk to Shemp Official. Hey, Shemp Official. Dude, you're in the game. It's good to see you. Grab the orb from Ball the Wizard. So now we're on a bit of a timer, right? We have to collect these gems on the way through and make sure that we get all of them, get across this gap before Shemp turns around, aka Agent Zero. Very nice, Bradley. Making that cycle can be very challenging. However, fortunately, Bradley is that guy. I don't mean nothing to him. So we're just going to follow him. He's a secret agent. He just wants us to follow him and him not realize that we're following him, more or less. I don't know how that makes sense, by the way, if like he knew you were following the whole time still. But
I think he just assumes that we are like a secret agent, therefore we can get into his club.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, there's a dialogue line coming up in a second that we can shout. Some people already know it. Word.
What?
Word? What? So, fun fact, what you got here without following me is actually my raid alert. I do want to figure out if there is a way to make it so that someone who doesn't follow me, who raids me, gets something different, and people who do follow me get that. I think it'd be kind of toxic.
It'd be pretty funny.
But yeah, we'll get a few more gems here, and then we will be done with Winter Tundra.
Yep, so as mentioned, Winter Tundra about to be in the rear view mirror. However, we do say our goodbyes. However, this is just the beginning. Despite it being the actual end of the game, it is quite literally, we're only 30 minutes into what is, as Esmond says, our 45-minute category. However, I'm expecting Bradley to far exceed that because, I mean, look at this hunker man next to me. Look at him. Come on.
The boss rush makes a big difference to it, to be fair.
Yes, it does. So we just saw the Brian graphic, and that means we're going into Colossus next. I say the Brian graphic because there's like a little tile there and it says Brian on it. You ever notice that? It's kind of cool, right?
No.
Okay, cool. So Colossus, we have some funny little monks. They go,
I hope they don't, actually.
Ideally, however, we're actually going to be avoiding all of them except for one. No idea how that 2-gem didn't collect, but it's okay. We back it up. We go grab it. Here we're going to be performing a trick called No Skip, going around the side. I thought you soft locked, but it's okay. Buffed out.
That was
buffed
close.
out.
You can get stuck there in between the door, and the only way out is to pause exit.
Jump up into this idol's eyeball. We're going to flame that firework and flame charge 2 bases through the wall. Unfortunately, one of them didn't collect. We will have to enter that room really quick, lose a bit of time to collecting it. Fortunately, pausing a little bit early. I think you might have missed the statue as well.
Yeah, I went for the sequence break there. You can... so the professor has 10 statues, and they've been taken over by evil spirits. If you fireball one of the statues there and talk to him at the same time and skip through quick enough, you can clear one of the statues early. He'll give you a different dialogue, and you won't get zapped by Zoe. And you save like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah.
But I missed, so...
It's all good. I mean, listen, it's a small time loss, but all in all, like, it's been a pretty clean Colossus so far, and that's all we can really hope for. So,
this guy's gonna roar for 10 seconds, so I'll just sit.
yeah, likes to jump a little bit.
He does like to jump.
He's a little cranky.
We defeated the Yeti. I did so much to that.
He's dead.
Dylan, what's your favorite sport?
Personally, I'm kind of a wrestling fan, I'd say.
Oh, well, we're not doing any wrestling.
All right. What about boxing? You do any boxing?
I love Spyro 3.
I kind of like hockey, I guess. I don't mind it.
Okay.
Okay, like Wayne Gretzky? Are we getting him in here?
So we've got 2 games of hockey here.
Is he
This
here?
first strat is quite hard, so I'm going to focus.
To score 5 goals in the red goal.
So the strat here is we do a little double jump at the start, hook our way in, grab the puck before it gets to the goalie here, where he will hit it away if it gets to him. Unfortunately, it did happen once. Each time this does happen, it does lose a pretty decent chunk of time.
Yeah, it's like 9 per fail.
Fortunately, at least you made the backup instead of having him hit it back at you again. Very nice. That's 2. That's 3. Very clean. That's 4.
Okay.
We'll take 4 out of 5 on that. It's honestly way better than I ever with it.
Yeah, the in-game timer there was 137.80. You kind of want a 146, 147. But like I say, missing 1 loses like 9 seconds. There's some RNG here, so we're playing one-on-one now. So the puck will be shot towards our goalkeeper. He'll hit it either in front of us or behind us, and there are some angle RNG things here. And from there, we have to go and pick up the puck. We've got the red guy there. He's our opponent. If the puck ever goes to the opposition goalkeeper, the goalkeeper will hit it straight towards the guy in the red. I missed the puck, so I couldn't go for the cool strat. It's going to despawn. It's going to despawn. There we go.
Interesting.
Yep.
I was going to ask if we would get one to go under the ice.
Yeah. Well, I could have done... I almost did the cool strat there, where you...
Oh, the volley. I like that. That was a little bit of flair. I like that.
Yeah.
That was intentional, right?
Totally intentional, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get this one not early. It's fine.
It's fine.
But you see the line there, the guy on the red was on my left, and I could just go straight in, pick it up. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. So if it gets stuck there, you can actually just charge jump onto the ledge and run straight into the goal. We've got a bit of cleanup, some statues to do. This would be a nice time for a couple of donations, I think.
Pesto donated $10. GL Big Brat.
Thank you.
Maybe this time you can spare the driplets for me? Please put my donation towards Bradley shaving his head. Love from Pesto X.
Bold gaming.
All right, if we get to 40,000 donated, I will not do it.
What about 50?
Still no.
Okay. Just like a little bit.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little bit of gem cleanup to do here. We've got the last of the statues, and then we'll be done with Colossus. It's been okay.
Yeah, it's been all right. I will say cleaning up the after the little flub in hockey, I would have been panicking a little bit. Fully on board with you just locking back in though, not letting it get to you. Really goes to show what caliber runner you are with it. So that's Colossus. This is the sister level to the next level we'll be entering into. In general, you might have noticed it already. A lot of these levels have similar looking NPCs. That's kind of intentional, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like I know for some, obviously, like in Breeze and like Zephyr.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, there was some. I don't know if it was these two specifically, but there is some like alpha beta version where like some of the level names are changed to match.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, this is Idle Springs. Everyone in the room, I'm gonna need your counting skills very soon.
Yes. We are going to be counting the number of red fish, which surely will be 0, right?
Surely.
Sure.
So there's a puzzle here. 3-part puzzle. We're going to stand on some blocks and turn some blocks yellow. And then we have to feed this idol that I'm swimming underneath. And the idol only eats a certain type of fish. So there are orange fish, blue fish, and red fish. And he doesn't like the red fish. I heard yellow from behind me, you're wrong. So... yeah, we just need to avoid hitting red fish into the idol's mouth. The fish are entirely RNG. Which fish come out, how fast they come out, how low they jump. So we're going to count red fish.
Big blue. 1.
That can happen.
2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Pretty good. Pretty good fish there, actually. That's close to Blunt's, I think, in record, right?
Yeah. I would say that was beating community gold standard. Surely?
The weird part is, I really think that's about average for you. It's probably about an average fish.
True. And then in about 3 minutes' time, normally at home, I would reset the console and go again.
Tech, can we get a rain check on the reset? Or
yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. You can play 35, 40, 45 minutes of the game and get to Idle Springs and get that. And your run is just finished, basically. You lose so much time. Unlike Gulp, where you can get kind of questionable RNG, and as long as it's not 3 bombs the whole time, you can sort of do something about it. That you can do nothing about. You literally just have to sit there and watch.
Yep. It is pain.
This is the last of the puzzles.
Oh wow, I do this different. I think I've told you this before. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah. I also did that different, but, you know.
It worked out.
We're going to go for the easiest trick in the game here, and I'm hopefully not going to miss it first try after saying that. There we go.
Very nice. Bradley's being facetious. That trick is quite literally frame perfect, harder than Spurgeon Ripto and Cobus put together.
So that works the same way as the Penguin proxy earlier. You charge into something's hitbox. The game doesn't want you to be there. And you see this twitch here on that jump. If you press the X while you're in the hitbox, the game will eject you out at high speed, hopefully up, like that.
Yep. Speaking of high speed, we're going to be supercharging through some idle heads here. Bradley hopefully going to...
I'm going to supercharge through them again.
It's okay. Listen, we want to do another lap. Victory lap, brother.
I do.
right, so we're hopefully going to hit the fireball here on this last one. And then collect these gems. Very nice. Very, very nice. It can be very hard to stop at the right angle and aim the fireball correctly, because you want to aim the fireball, shoot, and then turn around and grab those gems. Otherwise, they'll just start respawning the idle heads. Oh, we've hit 30K on the donation counter. Woo! Wonderful people of ESA, wonderful donators. Thank you so much. We are, of course, raising money for Alzheimer's Fund, and it is an incredible charity. Please, please, please keep getting your donations in. And Bradley, as you clean up this level, you think now's a good time
this is a fantastic time to get through a few of them, yeah.
Poor Annie donated $20. The Brad Boys Club out here representing.
We can get this still through.
Donated $14.
Cool. What? Okay. I'll appreciate the $14.
Donated $14. Glub 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 glub.
Can we unhear that one? Is that okay?
Okay.
Lumalora donated $5. I take back what I said, Dylan. I love you. Spyro 2 is still mid though. Good luck, Bradley Gaming. I hope you take credit for Zachary Lawrence's routing again.
We need something.
Lozzie donated $140. As the Spyro gods foretold, #blame a Derek.
Fair.
He does deserve it. He is Derek Lander. Anyways, so we are traversing through Summer Forest. As you've seen, we've collected 2 orbs in the time. We talked to Hunter. He taught us how to glide, which I really just didn't know how to do before. Thank you, Hunter.
No.
Oh. And Bradley into a very nice swim in air.
That is deceptively hard.
Yes,
Like, I'm
is.
not just saying like because I got it first try, but you can be there for ages. It probably is consistent in some way, but yeah, you just basically have to kind of mash against the wall, press square, hope it clips you.
Yeah, there's a bit of a cycle to the water planes in this game where they'll kind of go up and down a little bit. And depending on where that plane is, it becomes easier and or harder to get a swim in air like Bradley just did. However, we're going to be entering into our next level, Ocean Speedway.
This one is quite hard. Need to get a few things at the start.
Yeah, so as Bradley mentioned the first one, there are 4 sets of 8 different things we need to do during the level. In this case, there are rings, there are guys on boats, and there are guys in cars. Spyro simply has to fly through the rings and the kind of gates, I guess I can call them, and then also fireball the guys in cars and on boats. So Bradley is doing this in a very not dev-intended order, I would say, based off how the level's laid out. But in doing it this way, we save quite a bit of time over what is intended to be the actual casual way to do it. I want to say that this route saves in the range of 12 seconds. Feel free to correct me, Brad, if you know based off of...
I don't know for sure, but there are no other routes really for this.
Yep. That was actually
43? Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's really good.
Yeah.
My best is a 42.94. Yeah, that was really nice.
Now we talk to a baddie, Queen Finny, sorry. And she's like, yeah, you just need to chase Hunter through these rings and stuff. And I'm like, I guess we can chase him through some rings. Cool. Hey, he just killed... Why did you kill them?
Fun.
They're bystanders in all this. Anyway, my queen. This minigame is very deceptively hard. If you do miss a ring, you restart the minigame. It is a massive time loss. However, fortunately, Bradley is that guy. He is simply not going to do any of that. You're supposed to follow Hunter also, by the way, and as you can clearly tell, we're not doing that.
He's slow. I don't want to be slow.
Exactly. So here we're going to hook on in, grab this one, go up, grab this one, and then there are just 4 easy ones to grab here at the end. Fortunately, you didn't make any mistakes, so you didn't have to restart. Very nicely done, Bradley Gaming. God, she's so bad. It's all right. Anyway.
You okay?
I'm fine, I think. You know, just living, laughing, loving. This run so far, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do know what you're saying.
So here we're at 4,500 of the treasure. There's 10,000 to collect, as Bradley mentioned at the start of the run. And we are making, honestly, a great pace right now through this game.
we're pretty much at the halfway point, obviously on the gem side, but generally, if I get out of Ocean Speedway, I'm kind of looking at that as pretty much halfway through.
Yep. The next level here is a typical fan favorite, Hurricos.
I love Harikos.
It's such a good level. Like the visuals on it, the song, the overall like actually doing the IL is just fun. So here we're going to start out by collecting a ton of gems in this opening area, right by this beautiful little rainbow. In general, the main things you have to look out for in this level will mainly come later. There are some minor things that can be a bit hard to get through. However, this is the first one. Unfortunately, a double jump wasn't quite up to par.
No, it was.
You sure?
But I missed the gem.
Oh, I didn't.
That one wasn't.
Yeah. So we're gonna go for another
Make it
double jump
third
here.
try.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
easy.
make it all day long.
Easy.
Very nice. That double jump is, as mentioned, a little bit hard. Very easy to miss every once in a while. And also those gems specifically, I believe my Hundo PB from like.
Is that the one you missed?
Yeah, that was the gem I missed in that PB. That one is a very easy one to miss. A lot of what optimization in this game is at a deep level is just learning to trust yourself and your ability to flame charge accurately and efficiently, and just not miss those gems, right?
And also without making myself seem really, really sad, knowing about 400 gem counts.
And flame charge on those, very nice.
Yeah.
That's also very deceptively hard in my opinion.
That is, yeah. You've got to kind of fall. When you're falling, Spyro can't flame charge. You have to actually glide. There's not much room there to glide. So you have to kind of really rapidly glide, charge, fireball, charge.
Yep. A lot of inputs per second in this game is a very good way to put it. If you guys are melee players, I find that's a pretty not like accurate description to how this game plays necessarily, but the idea of like kind of fast button presses at all times is a pretty good description for how Spyro 2 can play at times in certain sections, where you're just constantly mashing between circle, square, and X ad nauseum. So here we're collecting a bunch more gems before we enter our last side area to get our last orb for the level.
Yeah.
However, before that, we want to see the number 400 pop up on our screen here after we grab these 3 reds. Very nice. Just what we want to see. I have no earthly idea how you just bonked, but...
You get 1 frame. There's 1 frame there that you can bonk on movements. You have to just let it go for 1 frame, and I didn't do that.
Interesting. I've never seen that. I'm probably too slow between my circle and my square press.
Yeah, probably. This is Lightning Thieves. We need to place these orbs onto the platforms. Some purple thieves will spawn. Hopefully I won't spawn one early. Good. Oh, I might be slow. Bonk the thief. I got some good RNG there. The 4th thief there can go either side. Thank you. And you can lose a couple of seconds. That's okay. So there are 10 of these. We just need to keep placing orbs onto the platforms, killing them, and replacing the orbs. If you're playing this casually, this can get really annoying because they can just seemingly spawn randomly. We do have a pretty good route. It is very consistent. Besides the aforementioned RNG. No despawn, excellent.
Very nice.
That last one can despawn. We genuinely don't know why. We don't know how to stop it. It's just random.
And really cool. It's also when it happens when you're on a pace and then you just lose it.
It's happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, really fun.
It happens to everyone. Once.
This would be a lovely time for a donation. We know what? It says 1 unread donations on my screen. Alright. Please consider donating so that there are some donations to read.
Yes. Give us money. Thank you.
Specifically you, or ESA.
No, I mean me.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's about the fish.
Okay.
Okay.
I love fish.
Frost 9101 donated $10. I can't wait to play everyone's favorite mini game. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, red
Blue
fish,
fish.
red
Oh.
fish, red fish.
Oh,
Red fish.
I got. That's terrible. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Actually, that's a good description of it, though.
That is.
Anyway, Sunny Beach, a very dense level, I would say, in terms of what you are doing across of it. You are pretty much always in action. There's nary a spot where you are not pressing circle or square. as is the case for the majority of this game, truly. But this level is specifically very dense because you're shooting these turtle boxes, which are utilized for one of the mini games, which we haven't actually technically started. But you can start by kind of just doing it as you want to.
Yeah.
The intentional way to do it is to get the Super Flame gate in the level, which is on a timer. However, because we, of course, have Super Flame as it is from the Dragon Shores portal thing that we did, it buffs out in such a way where we can just pretty much do this as we run through the level. Making this level, honestly, one of the most satisfying ILs as well. Once again, a very fun one to practice. And don't worry, I know I've said there are a lot of fun ones to practice so far. There are some that are awful to practice, and we're going to talk about those a lot. Right, Bradley?
I'm going to cry.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, that was okay. I mean, the fireball thing that Dylan mentioned there, we went through the gate, and you need 11 spirits, and I had, I think, 1 when I went through the gate, just because it's efficient movement. I don't even think I have 11 enemies killed now, so it just saved a lot of time. As Dylan mentioned, we've got the fireball, we don't need to use it. This guy wants to make soup out of the turtles.
It's really nice of him. I mean, I'm a big fan of turtle soup.
I think you can get it somewhere near here, right?
Probably. I mean, we're in Sweden. It's probably like a European delicacy, right, Europeans? And you guys don't like turtle soup out there? I see a card. Is that a credit card for me or something? Is that for me? Oh man.
Oh.
Out of order. Don't give me a red at least, please.
So these turtle spawns are consistent. There is a pattern to them. We just need to charge them into the water to save them. You can fireball them. I wouldn't recommend it. If the fireball you send at them doesn't get them immediately into the water, they behave very weirdly. You can charge them, like, towards, let's say, this wall. We're going to do a little bounce, 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 bounce.
Nice recovery on it.
But yeah, you can, if you fireball them, they don't go straight in. Whatever direction you charge them in, they'll go kind of about 75 degrees in a different direction. It's really fun.
Yeah,
you get stuck on it for ages.
Cool. I don't know, I'm kind of a fan of it. Notable thing about the chef here is he is one of the possible characters you can get in the Tunnel of Love. Many people are big fans of the chef. He's kind of in, you know. I mean, he's in that.
He's okay. He's okay. Slight thing as well there, the gems in the water where we were hitting the turtles. If you go in there during the minigame, the minigame restarts, which is why we don't collect them until after. It'd be really efficient if we could just get them during, but...
Ideally, but unfortunately.
I love the physics on this button. It's really real.
Now, to be fair to the button, we're not really supposed to have Fireball for this.
No, that is fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
So, heading into the final level of our second home world now, Aquaria Towers. This one involves a couple of different unique things, specifically pertaining to utilizing an out-of-bounds section without actually having Spyro go out of bounds, but instead the fireball projectile going out of bounds, which we're going to see Bradley perform here first. He's going to aim up against this wall, angle his crosshair in such a way where we hopefully hit a button on the other side. Very nice. And now we're going to be doing the level in basically reverse order of how you're supposed to. Very interesting lag there on the console. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I should mention that this level lags extensively, basically everywhere. It's really fun. But yeah, specifically that spot is quite bad. There are these sharks we need to kill here and maybe not kill quite so much later, but we'll come to that.
Yep. The sharks are an insta-kill. If you do get hit by them, you instantly die, lose a life, and it is immeasurably slow. So we want to fireball them as often as we can when needed. To make sure that we do not, in fact, get eaten and then, lose a bunch of time.
And so having said that, I'm just going to jump straight into a pool of sharks here. Hopefully, if I get out of the water right.
Hold shot. God, let's see if it pays off.
Okay.
All right, we're looking good so far. Very nice.
We're not out of the woods yet. Okay, no, we're good. We're good now. Okay. You can, basically there, jumping in, I'm fireballing the surface as I leave to kill anything following me. If I get that wrong, a shark might follow me. If a shark follows me, it's just over. There's no way to get it, to like, avoid death. The shark will just follow on land. It's a really cool visual effect. It loses like 30 seconds, so I kind of don't want it to happen. We're going to do the... to be honest, I called chest proxy the easiest thing in the game. This is easier.
Yep. It's square and hold forward.
Yeah, face down.
And if you do this for long enough, eventually you'll see a little void open up. And you might think, man, that's a pretty looking void. But instead of going into it, we're going to go ahead and turn left and hop into this final sea canister for the seahorse. This guy is very easily deceived. He's honestly dumb as a box of bricks. He thinks we saved all of his kids. Little does he know, we just gave him one, and he gives us an orb. Like, what an idiot, dude.
He just doesn't like his other children.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't blame him. I don't either.
No.
Anyway, so here...
Keep your things.
Here we're following a seahorse through the level on Hunter's pet manta ray. Don't ask me how a cheetah has a pet manta ray. It's Spyro the Dragon.
He cheated.
I'm giving you the only clap for that because no one else heard it.
I genuinely think you shouldn't have clapped. I think I should have been laughed out of the room for that.
In a good way or a bad way?
Very bad.
All right, cool. So we did that the first time. This time we have 17 rings to go through. The first time was 9. In the process of this, we are also collecting the gems that are here on the surface. Bradley did so on the first. We're going to grab that too. All of these twos on the way through, and I believe a couple of gems here up on the left.
Yep, hopefully I hit this correctly, because the game can soft lock if I miss.
Yes, it is a little bit of a scary point. Very nice.
Good.
And very nice.
So if you go through the second we go through the second last ring backwards there on the hardest strat. Leaving the level is also hard, apparently.
It is.
If we miss going through that second last one and don't fail the minigame while doing so, and then go through the last one, the game will soft lock. Sometimes you can pause exit out of it, sometimes you can't. But if you look up at the timer, 1 hour Summer Forest, I would say is pretty solid for a marathon run. I'm pretty happy with this, and we'll go into our last homeworld, which is Autumn Plains, which is the second homeworld. We were here like an hour ago.
Yeah, this game, doing it 100% is genuinely kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's, comparatively to Spyro's 1 and 3, you don't end in this final cool area that, like, is intended to be, like, the intentional overall ending for it. You're instead doing things in such a way where we're weirdly going to be ending in a speedway, which is maybe the least appropriate ending possible, if you ask me. But, hey.
Hunter Rings is the final boss of this game.
It is. That's awesome, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I've lost PBs to it.
Absolutely. I've lost runs to it. All right, so Breeze Harbor. I know I keep echoing the sentiment of ILs are fun, but genuinely, this is my favorite IL to do. It is a ton of fun. It is action-packed, and involves some very, very creative routing. I would like to take this time to allow Bradley to credit a certain somebody who he may have misquoted at a certain event maybe called UKSG, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dylan.
I don't either. Are you sure? Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, this route that we're doing right now was founded, optimized, and kind of brought to life by a fellow by the name of Zachary Lawrence, near and dear to the Spyro community. He is insane at this category. He is insane just in general, actually. I'd like to correct myself.
True.
This route is truly, and I mean this, one of the most inspiring things I've seen in this community. And why I say inspiring is because in my head, routes are set in stone. When I get into a community, I'm like, I'm not finding anything. I'll never look. Surely they all already found everything. This game has been being run and optimized for a decade plus in terms of like 100%. People thought the route we had before was great. It couldn't be optimized further. This one, if I'm not mistaken, feel free to correct me, Bradley, saves about 9.
Yeah, I think ZL pushed the community goal down by 9.
Yep, over what was previously done. And that is an insane amount of time in any category that has been actively run and pushed to a top level.
So the main reroute here is this first section is pretty much the same as it was a year ago. But in a second here, we're going to do another swim in air. This is also really easy. Some of these tricks are genuinely hard. I'm not making this up. But all we're going to do here is swim against this this step. Press square, charge out of the water, surely. Easy strat, there we go. And we're going to swim around and collect the last of the gears. I mean, personally, I didn't really struggle with the trolley as a kid, but I think a lot of people did. Normally, you're meant to be on a little trolley to go around the track and collect these gears, but we can just skip it. We can collect them all. This level isn't scary at all, is it, Dylan?
Not at all. Especially, you don't, like, you know, if you get hit by an enemy, like in any level, it just doesn't matter, right?
Correct.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's no danger at all here.
So there isn't a damage animation loaded in this game.
In this level, specifically in this level.
In this level, for when Spyro is underwater, or when he's in the swimming animation specifically, because there are no enemies under there, right?
Yep.
So if Bradley does get hit during any point in this swimming animation while he's swimming around, the game will simply crash, and it's really cool.
Yeah. It is pretty cool, especially because I have to go back towards an enemy for a gem I missed.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's good buff out.
Yeah, it will.
Don't go. I thought you were going to try.
No. Oh, yeah.
All right, very nice. And that's Breeze Harbor. What a breeze, huh?
Well, yeah. Actually, that level is really fun, as Dylan said. The risk of crashing there does exist, but you can lab it in such a way that you know you won't crash it. For example, the big firefighter guys, if you swim at their eye level, they'll just physically never hit you. I see we have one unread donation, so feel free.
@_maniac donated $1. Thanks for sharing your love of this game with me this event, Bradley. Much love and good luck with the rest of the run.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I love this game. I love this category. It's so fun. Here's a level I don't love.
Why?
It's very dangerous and very scary and very hard.
Well, just don't have fear in your heart.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna nail it now.
Yep.
Surely.
So the reason why this level is specifically scary for this category, as in every other category, it's genuinely a walk in the park, really, is through the level you have this mystery vase, right? And we touched on it a bit earlier. If you do die at any point during the mystery vase being out, it will reset the mystery vase. And during this level, we actually take a lot of damage intentionally, as you're seeing right now, to do some creative platforming and get to areas a little bit faster. So
you can also go for these really insane strats where you're gliding in cutscenes and maybe getting damaged. That's fine.
I respect it. You're gonna back it up with the lizard, I reckon, right?
The fact, genuinely, it's more annoying to hit the bone than it is to be Sparxless here. As long as I don't get killed by this guy. There we go.
Nice. Good collection on that 5.
Alive? No. Okay.
Also, if you guys didn't notice there, Bradley had to run over that gem manually. If you do not have sparks, you don't get any benefit of his range or anything like that. You physically have to have Spyro run over the gems, and that can be very, very inconvenient. You got this. Come on.
I've died in that pit before.
Very nice. We get a sparks back there. I respect playing that very safely there. You just don't want to die. And now we have the mystery vase in the final spot. And we're also on the final bone. Oh, okay. It's fine.
Thank you, Spyro.
He was just dodging the bone. I get it. Are we watching Bone Dance?
No.
Oh. Oh. Boo!
Sorry.
Excellent.
All right. I mean, Glug thinks it's excellent, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're grabbing another bone here. In this case, it's the talisman for the level. There are 14 of these. It is the name. 14 talisman is the name of another category, which I love. Thank you. That's all I want to say about that. Here we're gonna collect the last of the gems here, and then we have a couple of orbs to get here. So usually I've talked to that guy. I'll put the bridge down.
We need the bridge.
Yeah, no, we just don't. We can just double jump, which we actually I don't think talked about double jump a single time yet, by the way. But
For experienced commentators, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll buff out. So, for context, double jump is an X into a square press on the controller. In doing so, allows Spyro to gain height. It's done in a rhythmic fashion. But I promise if you spend any amount just kind of messing around with it, you will figure it out eventually. But yes, we double jumped over here. We are basically killing all these lizards to save the villagers. In the preset order in which they hatch, Bradley is actually spawn killing that one. Oh my god. Wow, you missed him.
Yeah, I know. I went too early.
Can't believe it. And Lumpy is going to give us our last orb here for Scales Badlands. See? Just don't live in fear.
No, exactly.
Exactly.
That was fine. And when I say that was fine, that actually saved about 25 seconds over world record, because world record dies there.
Yep. Shouts Blumpos. Blumpo number 2.
I'm kind of glad that ZL didn't get world record, so I can keep saying that. I'm in no other way glad. Please get world records, EL. Nice. We're going to go to Crystal Glacier. I think this is Dylan's favorite level, but we'll come to why that is a little bit later.
I'm just saying, you guys better be ready to say hi. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's some strong words I might have to say here in a bit. Forgive me for the man I might become. So here we have a pretty challenging double jump across.
It's more challenging if you don't double jump.
So here we have a pretty challenging double jump to go across here. It unironically is rather hard to do that from a stand. You can make it a little bit easier if you go onto the bone instead. But Bradley doesn't need that because he is simply that guy. We're also going to do a little glide flop. Very nice. Very clean. I wasn't sure if he did the Sproder or not, actually.
No.
I was getting ready to say Sproder.
No.
There are two different ways to do that strat. I do a Sproder. Bradley does a little glide flop. Either way, gets you the same goal. I believe the glide flop might be a little bit faster too, which is nice. So here we are looking to get to 15 souls. Once again, these are what we get from killing the enemies in levels. This is because we want to unlock a power-up in this level to utilize to be an orb mission. So here, nice. Very nice actually. You want to explain what you did there a little bit?
Yeah, so the strat for this used to be to jump onto that ramp with the avalanche and jump into this talisman room. There's no collision on the roof. But another Zachary Lawrence reroute, if you do that movement, it saves like 2.5 seconds to actually deliberately do the game-intended way of getting the talisman, which is wild. I think that's the funniest thing that we've had rerouted while I've been in the community, possibly ever.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's just an oversight, really. Like there have been a number of like little oversight things. I feel like over the years. There was one recently found in Robotica Farms, which we saw earlier, where you can actually just walk into a certain spot and just aim the fireball, and it's like a second faster, something like that. And then there's obviously the one we just saw, where it just objectively is easier and faster. I would say overall.
I don't think it's easier, but it is definitely faster.
Well, if you're doing, I'm thinking if you're doing the jump straight onto the HUD, not.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, that is definitely easier than the absolute fastest. Okay, Dylan's favorite character, possibly in all of gaming, is coming up. So everyone, get ready.
Just keep your eyes on the left here for a second. You might see a glimpse of somebody.
I'm going to specifically turn my camera so you can't see him.
Oh, okay, all right. This is.
And here.
Okay.
And here.
Okay, this is interesting. He's aiming away. Get ready. Hi, George. Hi, George. Look, it's him. Why aren't you saying hi to him? Say hi to George. Say hi to George. It's George. Anyway, so George here is a snow leopard. We have to feed him 3 fish. And then we have to safely navigate him, definitely not over that puddle of Pepto-Bismol on the way, to get him back to his owner there, whose name I think is Shaman Tuck. I could be wrong. Interesting movement there from Bradley Gaming. If you're wondering, that actually manips Gulp for the next fight that we do, when we end up doing NG Plus next.
All right, there's an audio cue here I need. Oh, I've completely clowned it. Don't worry. Forget the audio cue. We can basically make him walk across that goo. If we time the movement right, once he finishes eating, the 2 corners on the right side of the wall there, make him do very weird things, basically walking across the a goo. Saves like 3 seconds, I think I timed it as. It also looks very funny, because he just walks across the goo. You can actually take him like to the start of the level. He'll fall into the void.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't do that to him, would you? You wouldn't, like, record a video of that and then send it to me in Discord DMs, would you?
I wouldn't. Other runners would.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to say who did that, but just know that somebody did that, and it's honestly kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you can do things. So, speaking of that other runner, he loves this level, and he is a psychopath. He is Zachary Lawrence. Bradley will be the first person to tell you this level is probably the worst level in this category.
Correct.
Why is that, Bradley?
Well, you know how George is like nice and cute and we like him?
Yeah, we love that guy.
We have Cowlicks here. We don't like Cowlicks.
Right.
See, that's the reaction we should have got from Moneybags.
See, they're awake now. I told you.
Okay,
we had to keep them on their feet. All right, so here we are going to go through, collect a bunch of gems, and actually get to the end of level really, really fast. Bradley with a nice early fireball in that door while collecting some gems. Very nice. And then typically, if you're playing the 14 talisman category, you pretty much just want to run up to that guy that's in that that debris there, and just pretty much tell him you love him, and he gives you a talisman. It's really weird.
Wow. How did he survive the explosion?
Pure power of will, I think. The determination of a warrior.
That jump is really hard.
Yeah.
There's a bit of ground you can land on there, but it has a ceiling. So you basically have to get enough height to get onto the ledge that you can stand on, but also under the ceiling.
So the professor pops his nutsack at you. There's an intended way to do this puzzle here. No, like, why is everyone laughing? Like, he pops his nutsack. What? Hey, Juliet.
Romeo. All right. Everyone's least favorite animal.
Hi, Cowlick.
Don't say hi to the cowlicks.
If everyone in the stream chat, if you guys are considering donating, please include your most vitriol insult towards these creatures. They're vile, grotesque, and they deserve nothing other than the endless abyss, which I wish to give them. Steak. I love steak.
That's true.
I love gambling.
You think McDonald's serves cowlicks?
I hope so.
Okay.
I actually, are we going to McDonald's after this, Brad?
I think so.
Okay. You want like a Grimace shake?
I'll get back to you.
Okay. So here, what we have to do, Fireball does make this easier. We basically get to push these cowlicks around in pretty creative ways, I would say, I guess. We're trying to manipulate them and kind of corral them towards a certain area, which is, of course, Bo Peep's little fenced-in area over there. However, these things are absurdly unruly, and they don't like to listen to reason or thought. I just don't like them.
No, I don't like them. The way that this works is that you have to imagine the fireball as being like a spherical object. So let's imagine a tennis ball. The cowlick's hitbox is also a tennis ball, slightly larger, but essentially the same thing. And if you were to throw two tennis balls at each other, what are you doing?
I'm trying to make this a tennis ball.
Okay.
It's kind of circular, like if I hold like this.
Okay, fine. They won't bounce off each other in like a straight direction. They'll kind of ricochet weirdly. And the same kind of thing happens here. So you'll see I'm on the right side of this cowlick, and he's going left. It's, yeah, like you have to angle where you are. So you can control it a little bit. But yeah, you can, if you fireball two cowlicks close to each other, they might just go off at opposite directions because that's just how that works.
So here, Bradley's going to be trying to shoot three cowlicks in at the same time. Let's see. I think that one might have... No, you got them all. Okay. I wasn't sure if that last one was going in.
I was thinking he bounced off.
I was thinking they were going to get caught in the corner and start doing the spin. Or is that Reignited they do that in?
They do a lot of things in Reignited.
Yeah, I like to leave Earth in Reignited, actually. It's interesting. Anyway, so that's the end of that section of the level. Now what we're doing is, as
This bit's fun.
before,
This bit's fun. I like this.
I like this whole section. This entire section is awesome. We have to chase this mystery vase down, as you've seen us do in previous levels. So what we're doing here is we're going to be going through the level kind of backwards, because these things typically always end at the beginning of the levels because they like to be inconvenient for casual players. However, speedrunners, we actually get to utilize that kind of to our advantage with routing.
Oh.
It's okay, buffed out.
Flawless movement. Yeah, definitely.
So here we're going to be cleaning up a couple of gems. Then we have the mystery vase waiting for us, literally where we spawned. It is sitting just there. I hope that hit.
It didn't. The hit, if you fireball that from a long way away, the hitbox is gigantic, but I was too far left with it.
And Zephyr complete. That is the worst level in the game. Gone, done, and dusted.
By cowlicks.
I don't even give them that.
No,
they don't deserve a farewell.
The worst thing is that I'll go home and I'll have to see them again.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Well done.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But you made a cowlick one?
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's awesome. I mean, a cowlick stress ball is something that I think everyone needs in their lives.
All right, another speedway.
Yep.
This one's quite tricky as well.
It's very pretty to watch be done well. So here, you know, as you might imagine with how we've been doing speedways in general, we're not doing this the way that the developers really intend us to. We're kind of just messing around, grabbing things in almost a random looking order. However, there is method to our madness in that we basically are just kind of doing things to save time because we're speedrunners, right, Bradley?
We are.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a lot of kind of collecting things at once. It's kind of the way that the speedways work. If we just kind of followed the level intended route, it would be really slow. Hit this last pigeon. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Very, very nice.
I like how the pigeons actually do sound like that as well.
Wait, chat.
Yeah.
That's kind of close.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, we're following Hunter to hunt down 12 Sly Coopers,
So
aka 12 raccoon bandits who have stolen the mayor's money.
nice little half-second time save there.
That was actually very clean. Like, I just talked right over it. That was so nice. But yeah, we pretty much just follow him. It's a pretty simple mini game. Yeah, he just shoots these guys. We take their money back, and then apparently Spyro wants to give the money back. I don't know why he does. I feel like he could probably just pocket it, and
We could finish the game quicker.
yeah, I kind of feel like he's being a bit of a
Imagine if I could just do 64 all for the rest of the game.
imagine. God, we love 64 around here.
Do we?
No, not at all, actually. All right, says the mayor done and dusted, and we are out of Metro Speedway.
This might be a decent time for a couple of donations.
Boloff Spiders donated $5. GL Bradley.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Tom.
Nuke _ donated $1. Calc stuck my wife. GL Brad, I hope Hunter destroys you in popcorn.
Wow! Wow! Popcorn
That'd be kind of funny if it did.
Is it still running out there, or is it a bit late?
Yeah, is there popcorn out there, fellas?
Oh.
Maybe popcorn on the popcorn machine? No, it's gone.
Oh. Boo. I should have brought some for the bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Scorch.
Oh, not the ball. Oh, weird. My Scorch is different. I actually,
Yeah.
the Scorch I dealt with yesterday, like, there's like rockets and
This
things.
one is actually faster.
Oh, interesting.
So again, there's a little end of level skip there. Kind of precise, but not too bad.
Yep. Hi, Derek Lander.
Why did you remove that emote, by the way? I love that emote.
I was trying to edit something on my Twitch channel, and I may or may not have just taken it off temporarily and then forgot to put it back up.
Well done.
You mentioned it at one point. I was like, oh yeah, I'll do that later, and then I just, you know, not the most what's the right word? I don't have a good memory. I can't think of words either, apparently. So anyway, we're chasing Bombo around here. He is the flag keeper here. He really
Come
likes.
on.
Unfortunate.
Scammed. Like, look how close. Like, so basically, you kind of go around the pavilion there. You can make him follow you. You don't have to be there at the end for him to like get to the end and the next one to happen. So we can get some gems there. I felt like I played that pretty well, but apparently not. So there are 3 of these. You fireball him off the ledge and then chase him.
Yep.
We're actually going to leave the second one for a bit. He can just chill there, it's fine. Because we can go and do this.
The monkeys.
Just charge the tree before
Are you a fan of Ape Escape Percent?
I'll be able to
Sure.
Do you know what Ape Escape Percent is?
No clue.
Ape Escape Percent is a category extension where the goal is not to save all the monkeys, it's actually to let Hunter get hit by a coconut.
That's awesome.
It's slow, so I'm not going to do it here, but
You
it
sure?
is funny, yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if you did.
It is very funny when Hunter gets hit by a coconut.
Yeah, he gets really sad and he just kind of falls over.
Yeah, and you fail the minigame and lose like a year.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah. He's returning these to the Avalar Zoo, or so he says. You know what he's actually doing them?
What?
He's a cheater. Like, come on.
What was he gonna do with the monkeys? How does he cheat the monkeys?
He-
Oh, is he? Oh my God.
he's going to eat them.
Oh my God.
He's going to eat them.
Oh my God. Dark lore of Spyro confirmed? Daomate, get the video out.
Yeah. There's some ketchup hidden behind one of the trees.
That's not true.
It's fine. So Bombo throws out these little projectiles. If he hits you, the minigame restarts at that section, so you don't have to do the whole thing again. You just have to do the second section again if I get hit here, which I shouldn't do from here. But again, we can make him follow us there, go around, get those gems, and just wait.
We get an extra butterfly.
We get an extra butterfly. That was nice. I'm on full health, so it doesn't help me at all. But it's cool.
Yeah. And Derek Lander's really happy that we're getting these flags back for him. You know, he really spent a lot of time making them. He just wants them back from Bombo. So here we're going to do a little flame charge jump, hit Bombo on the way up. Very nice. Bradley Gaming.
I missed that a lot.
Yep.
The way that works, if you charge... Thank you. If you charge and then glide and then fireball, Spyro's head will basically tilt. You can do this upwards or downwards. Usually people do it upwards. But his head will tilt and the fireball will follow the tilt. So you can send fireballs really high upwards, as we saw there. This is quite tight. I'm going to try and get a talisman, get all of these gems, and then get past the talisman NPC before Bombo comes and nudges me into her, and makes it really, really dangerous. I think I'm fine.
So this level, I will say for me personally, I find the cycle to be really hard, and it's awesome how good you are at it, because you're just going to hit this.
That was very close. He was very close behind me.
Very nice.
I thought that was better than it was.
I thought you actually didn't go in deep enough on like your initial hook when you came over the wall, but
nah.
Goes to show that you're the go and I'm the...
No, there's some sort of movement at the top of there. The Bombo is not always moving throughout the level. When you're on that roof, you can just sort of move forwards, backwards, and that'll kind of make him move. But yeah. Now we can come to actually genuinely the most fun level in the run. I love this level. But I also don't do the two really hard strats that would make me hate this level. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's...
yeah.
This is one of the levels I also tend to enjoy quite a bit. It's a very fun IL, as mentioned, until you decide to incorporate every single strat, in which case it becomes... I think
genuinely probably the hardest.
Yeah, I think Zachary has described this level as miserable before.
Yeah.
Unfun, perhaps, even. But fortunately, we're going to have a lot of fun here with the satyrs and these wonderful bagpipes they're playing for us.
Anyone love the bagpipes?
Anyone love flashbangs? Well, I thought I mistimed that really bad. I thought it was coming sooner.
Yeah. So yeah, we need to free these 6 satyrs to get to the talisman. There is a way you can get to the talisman without freeing any satyrs, but it just isn't efficient in Hundo in any way. Nice double jumping. Really, really cool. We make the backup. There we go. So we can fireball these guys. We can fireball a couple of them at once. And it just saves us time on that cutscene of the temple breaking. Thank you. There are also these big Earth Shaper guys who ordinarily you have to charge into lava. But we can just fireball them. And hopefully they won't hit me with their pickaxe like the first one just did there.
Yep. So if you've ever played this game as a kid, I personally will say that this was like my kryptonite as a child, this specific minigame we're about to do right now. However, as speedrunners, we gain access to the fireball ability, which, as you wonderfully explained here, Bradley, allows us to kill the Earth Shapers in one shot. This makes the Alchemist minigame quite literally a walk in the park, and specifically because of the level order and how we do this basically towards the end of the game, and after specifically we've already acquired what is Head Bash, essentially, which you haven't, I think, even done once.
No, I don't think I have. It has literally one use, I think.
It does unlock the ability to do the secondary orb here, which we'll be seeing Bradley start right afterwards. And it's a really hard orb to get in this category, that second orb.
Yeah, we're going to need some, like, you know, we'll have to
we're going to need some silence. And
yeah.
I'm going to be shocked if you're even able to get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Alchemist is going to free Hunter here. This is going to open up the second possible orb we can get here. Please, can we have some silence in the room?
As long as...
That's it. He's done it. He's done it. Ladies and gentlemen, Bradley Gaming.
That would have been a lot cooler if I'd actually got those gems.
Yeah,
I kind of messed up.
it's okay.
That's fine.
It's buffed out.
Yeah, it did.
So here we're going to go ahead and continue on through very beautiful supercharge, Brad. God. And just like at the start, we are going to end by trying to hit 2 satyrs at once. Aim at that one, flame to that one. Unfortunately, not the glide off, but that is perfectly A-okay. Don't do what I did at really, really longathon. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not going to YOLO this. I think I'm fine here. Yeah. Oh, wait, it's fine. That's fine. There is a very specific timing. I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. But if that flashbang occurs while there is a gem being collected or a basket being broken, and I think possibly if an enemy's hitting you, if any of those things are kind of overlapping, the game can crash, which is really cool.
Yeah. It definitely didn't happen to me in a marathon, and I just didn't know what to do because I've never seen it before, and I've not seen it since.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't see it there. What you'll notice when I go into this level, Magma Cone, once the treasure collects, at the bottom you will see autosave. Hopefully. There you go. We are running with a memory card, and the reason for that is that there are like 5 or 6 crashes that are just very easy to do. It loses maybe like 2 seconds over the course of the run. So entirely marathon safe.
Yep, it is very smart to run with a memory card, which, you know, I definitely wish I thought about.
Yeah,
you know, this is making me this run's making me regret things, Bradley.
It didn't really buff out, but you know, it's fine.
Hey, it's okay. Anyway, we talked about it a moment ago. We're gonna be heading into popcorn. This minigame is RNG. Little pieces of green crystal will pop out of these bits of the floor, such as a piece of popcorn would. Hunter and you are meant to get to 10 apiece on this first one. Whoever hits 10 first wins the minigame, and whoever doesn't loses. And if you're Spyro and you lose,
we can do it again.
You might lose some time.
Yeah, we can do it again.
And,
the way this works is there are only ever 3 on screen at once, or like spawned in at once. So you're just trying to hope that you get some convenient spawns near you, not near Hunter, also not near the corners, because as you see, these kind of larger points between all of the like all of the train tracks, I guess we could call them, something like that. That's where they spawn, and there are quite a few in the middle, and then there's the odd one out in the distance. Also, your camera can get stuck, and that's really fun.
One of the biggest problems with Spyro 2, in my opinion, the one thing that gives me grief more often than not is that camera. In this minigame, it likes to get caught on Hunter pretty frequently because he's just running all over the place, trying to grab his piece of the popcorn.
Oh, I thought it was going to that one. It's fine. We get that one.
Very solid popcorn, 1 and 2. That minigame definitely can lose you a boatload of time. Fortunately, both 1 and 2 for Bradley there were pretty solid, so we're not going to be looking at too much time loss from it. And from here, we're going to be running around. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, listen, bonking looks good on you this time of year.
Okay.
We're going to be collecting a lot of gems, pretty much, before we head to the end of level section. But in the meantime, we're going to go sparksless and turn around, grab a snail.
Back up snail, surely.
I had no idea that fodder was even there.
He gets in my way a lot.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and charge onto this bit of scenery over here first. We're going to grab all of these gems onto the scenery up here. Normally you would have to climb the magma cone to get here, but fortunately with the double jump, it is incredibly easy just to get up and, again, do some creative platforming to optimize the route here. Bradley going to grab both of the 5 gems here. Not off the flame charge for one of them, but it still homes nonetheless. And now we're doing the minigame Party Crashers. Fortunate miss on the balloon there, but it's okay. It will simply buff out.
Yeah, it just means I gotta get the gem later, which is fine. This is like 5 or 6. You can't flame these guys, but you can fireball them. Sequence break. Let's go. If you kill the last party crasher and land on top of the volcano, you will collect the orb. As long as you see at least one frame of the dialogue box on the orb, you will get the orb, and then you'll just be warped to the talisman. So this is the backup of the balloon that I missed. And then we can just get these last gems and move on. I never really know what movement to do there when I fail that balloon. It always feels very awkward. I'm just taking damage left, right, and center here as well. Really cool.
I do think the best course of action in that case with that balloon is just don't miss it.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I agree. I'm with you.
But we are looking lovely, and we are also, just to note it, we're down to the last 2 levels, Brad.
Yep, 1 main level and 1 speedway.
Yep. So this next one features a wonderful NPC named Shorty, who we're going to be watching and following throughout the level. It's going to be a lot of fun, you know. I know how much you love this level in particular, right?
Yeah. I definitely didn't throw PBs to this.
I just seem too excited about it.
I know. Yeah, this is an escort mission. It's kind of wild that we have the end game that we do. This level is just like half an auto scroller, and then the speedway. There are subtle ways to speed Shorty up, but we can't just skip to the end of level and get the talisman and kind of vibe out, as we can in every other level. We do actually have to take Shorty through all the checkpoints, get them to the end of the level, to actually progress.
Yep. Along the way, we are also going to be killing a lot of enemies. That way we can utilize an invulnerability power-up later in the level to help out a hippo whose name I actually don't know. If you know the name, Bradley, feel free to...
I actually don't.
I don't know their name. But basically, they have a bunch of brothers and sisters who really like to eat concrete, and they get encased in it.
Concrete's tasty, to be fair.
It is. I really personally prefer... what's the name? I'm losing it. Is it Quick Tight? Deo, what's your favorite brand? Crayons? Okay. But yeah, we're gonna start the mystery vase here. Similar to all the other levels, we do need to reverse our way back to the beginning, across hitting it a couple different places, in order to optimally get through the level. But first, we got to get some
lamp feet.
Yes.
Hopefully hit this guy. Yeah, that's fine.
Very nice.
That guy's hitbox is quite big, so I can trust that. Nice.
My 8 brother.
So these guys can be head bashed or fireballed. We're gonna miss that guy. Nope, we're fine.
Get buffed out.
Yeah. If you head bash a hippo, as another hippo is coming out, the rest of them should, in theory, come out faster if you do the rest of the minigame correct. That wasn't perfect, but it worked. It's fine.
Yep,
we got it.
Only lose a little bit anyway. If you do mess it up, from here we're gonna go ahead and run around this little green pool, hit this mystery vase again, and then we have a little bit of a timing thing coming up here, where we optionally want to hit this last thief with the lamp here, and then immediately.
We'll hit them. It's fine.
Then immediately scale these stairs in such a way where we get to the top and are able to hit that mystery vase after we teleport. Otherwise, we don't get the teleport to get the orb and then also get the vase in the right location. Very nice, Brad, by the way, on that recovery. I would have 100% flipped that.
Yeah, it's yeah. Once you miss the first one and he runs away, it can get kind of annoying. But yeah, it's fine. I think I'm down gems here, right? Yes.
Guess so.
Yes. Classic blue gem. That's fine.
That is fine. Okay. And that is the penultimate level. We have one more to go.
And it's a really difficult main level, right? It's a boss fight?
I would say so.
Okay.
I mean, there's snowmobiles. I'd say that's probably the scariest boss in this game.
Yeah, I think so.
There's like paragliders too. Those are kind of scary.
There's all sorts. There's an igloo.
There's an igloo.
Yeah.
There's a cheetah.
Yep.
Apparently, we've recently discovered eats the monkeys and childhood ruined. Really, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, everyone. But yeah, he does eat the monkeys. I just want to make that very, very clear. He eats the monkeys.
All right. So Icy Speedway, the final level of Spyro 2 100%. Truly, and I mean, this is just such a goofy way to end the game, but it's also honestly pretty sick because the flight level movement, aka the speedway level movement, is just really cool. Unfortunate. I didn't say anything.
No, that's fine.
Anyway, much like the others, we have to get 4 sets of 8 things. In this case, it's arches, little Loch Ness monster things, I think. I don't know what to really call them. They're like dinosaurs.
I think there's serpents in the game.
Are they? Okay, maybe that makes sense. These like little ballerina dancing guys who really aren't even bothering you. You're just doing it for no reason.
They're annoying.
I guess. Then the paragliders, of course, and the snowmobilers, which will be hitting the final one here. Just a second. Oh my god. The no look. All right.
I don't usually miss that guy. I didn't really know where he was. Talk to Hunter, thank you.
Now we talk to a beautiful man in a scarf, and he tells us to go through some rings for some reason while he drags along on a snowmobile, which, by the way, is in water.
Yeah.
Why is the snowmobile in water?
I don't know, man. I didn't design the game. I just play it. Yeah, this is the final orb challenge of the game. We'll do a quick check once we finish to make sure we did just get everything. I didn't miss anything. But time will be at the end of these rings in about 25 seconds or so. I think so, just. Not talking to Hunter immediately didn't help, but yeah, there's been a really fantastic run.
Yep.
I'm really happy with this. The early game stuff is really scary and can lose you multiple minutes, so I'm pretty happy with it. I think this is going to be 59. We're not done, we're not done, we're not done, we're not done. And time.
Let's go. It just snaked it in under. That's sick. That is sick. That's awesome. All right, we're going to check the guidebook. Make sure we got everything, folks. Seen 100%?
100%.
And that is Spyro 2, 100%. Bradley Gaming, my friend, my compadre. How are you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah?
I feel pretty good. That was a very good run, huh?
Want to do another?
No.
Okay.
Anyone in the crowd want to crash the game? Yes! Okay. We'll do that while I just give some shout-outs. First of all, Dylan, thank you for being here, making this a whole lot easier. That I don't have to talk through everything, including all the hubs. Thank you for this wonderful crowd. Hopefully they're all going to come to McDonald's after. Good. Shout outs to ESA. This has been my first ESA. I've been here, 5 days? This has been incredible. People have told me how good it is, all the good stuff about it, all the things in here, outside of here, the activity room, the stuff we go and do at 3 in the morning.
For better or for worse.
For better or for worse. Yeah, we watched the sunset a couple of days ago. That was fun. Sunrise.
Yeah.
Sunset. I should be saying the sunset. It's night.
Ideally.
Genuinely, this has been an amazing experience. If you're a part of a speedrunning community, if you want to be part of a speedrunning community, if you're thinking about coming here, please come. It is so incredible. I cannot tell you how incredible it is. I'll be here next year. I've loved every minute of this. Shout out to the Spyro community, particularly the people who helped route this many years ago. Newen, Drash, Tyzera, Zachary Lawrence for routing everything in the last 2 years. Everyone, absolutely everyone. I'm so happy to be part of this community. I have so much fun playing this game. I think that's it. All right, let's crash the game.
Sweet.
So as mentioned, if you get hit by an enemy in swim state, the game will crash. Not these guys, actually, weirdly, but any of the firefighter guys or the bucket guys. So let's go over here. We'll go over here. Bucket guy or firefighter guy, someone shout. Okay. All right. We'll get a funny frame out of this, and then we can roll on out of here. All right. So in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a really boring frame. Oh.
He's giving me a little smooch.
Yeah.
A little smooch.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Let go. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?